This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.
What's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Icon Podcast. I'm your host, Gianna, and today, poor John, we've tried to do this episode before. We got like 2 questions away from the end, and we lost connection, and I think your phone died, didn't it?
My phone died. I apologize, Gianna. I appreciate you having me back.
It's okay. I'm glad to have you back. And now you kind of know the questions I asked you, so you had more time to study than others. I'm just you said you forgot some of the questions, so it's going to be a fresh new episode anyway. So, John Yorke, thank you for rejoining us.
Sure. Thank you.
Of course. So take us back to the beginning. Who are you? Where are you from? Why'd you grow up to be a real estate agent?
Yeah. I didn't grow up to be a real estate agent. I'm from Michigan, and I grew up like a hour north of the Metro Detroit area, out in a little small town. And I went to school to become a teacher. So I was an 8th grade algebra teacher for 25 years. And then during that time, I was flipping a few houses. I learned a little bit about buying and selling the hard way as a for sale by owner. And it went good and bad. Now I look back on it, I see why people need a realtor and why I could have used one. But that's what got me to get my license. While I was teaching, I had other teachers asking me for help to sell their home. So that I'm going to get my license. Sure. And it kind of took off from there, really. I've been a realtor for 10 years, and 8 of those 10 years I was teaching at the same time, which made it kind of complicated because it did kind of grow pretty quick. Mm-hmm. And then I got married and had a baby, and I realized there's no way I had time for 2 full-time jobs and a baby. So I retired from teaching when I could, and 2 years ago, right before COVID, actually. Wow. And and now I'm only doing real estate. I say only, but that's what I'm doing now. Sure.
Yeah, that's crazy. So you're a numbers guy, so you're in the right career. John, what introduced you to EXP? Was it your first brokerage, or how'd you cut the cord and make the jump? What's your story behind joining?
It was an easy jump. I really went into, I was with 2 other brokerages, and then I kind of always want to make sure I'm following people and right with people that are more successful than me. Mm-hmm. So the same ethics, you want to make sure you line up with the same ethics as the people that are mentoring you in a sense. I mean, I was into it 6-7 years, and there's a group of people at Remax that I get to know very well. And I was always calling them for questions, not just my broker. And they had a lot more experience than me. They were selling more than me. So I really liked what they were doing and wanted to have my career more like them. So I stuck with them. And then they were talking about EXP, which I never heard about. So I went and met with, somebody who was talking to us about that. And I liked the model and all the things that EXP has to offer. To be honest with you, I wasn't even counting on some of the great advantages of it. I thought, okay, I like the price of what I was going to pay. Their commission splits were better than most, and fees. I love I really did like the cloud-based idea and where that's going, and for the future of real estate and everything. And so I liked all those things. Plus the people that I really spend the most time with, like I was mentioning, that I kind of looked up to, they were going there. So I went with them. I was not even, my numbers were kind of close to Icon, but I wasn't really counting on hitting Icon. Wasn't even the reason why I went over. It had nothing to do with trying to bring more people to EXP. I really didn't think of it that way either. So it was more about what EXP had to offer through the cloud, which I liked. The university has a lot of great classes, so much more information than I can even use. I mean, it's always there. I love that too. Other brokerages have nice, good things too that they offer, but I didn't think not as much as what EXP can offer, because you really are, entering with 80,000 other realtors that are offering their knowledge that I can grab at any time. So that was a big deal too. So it was a great move, and then I actually hit icon the last 2 years. So that's all been a bonus. It's been something I wasn't expecting. So this year we'll see, it's early. My beginning June 1st is when I start my each year. So, you got to cap first and then you get your next 20 deals. And so we'll see about this year. I hope to.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. As you should, all the benefits that come with iconing. And John, now that you're over at EXP, I don't know why I said it so weird. It didn't want to come out of my
That
mouth.
didn't sound weird.
EXP. Now that you're here, what's one of your favorite things about the brokerage, right? There's stock options, collaboration, rev share. So what have you enjoyed most? Or
I think the collaboration has been the best thing. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, great. You get with the icon comes, you're getting your stock back. There's revenue sharing. All that's been great. But for my day-to-day life, like really just how I'm living my life and how my business goes, the collaboration has been the number one thing. Just the few agents I went with, and then everybody else I'm connected with because of EXP. It makes me sleep better at night, I guess. I'm always learning and plenty to learn there. That's probably the number one thing.
Absolutely. I'm writing that down because I thought that was good. A good thing to quote you on, John.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah, moving past that, good, thing to build on. But like you said, that collaboration helps with work life, home life. Let's talk about work-life balance. So
Yes, for sure.
where do you find that middle ground? Where do you draw boundaries? How do you draw the line between work and play?
Well, I think I need to do a better job of that. I think scheduling out your day is important for that and for your business. I think you really need to have a lot of reasons. Agents just whenever they get phone calls, they take them. Whenever they have to go show houses, they do that. But if you get pretty busy, that controls your life, and all of a sudden you're running around at everybody else beck and call, and you can't. I found that after a few years, you really can't do it that way and keep your sanity and do what you're supposed to be doing for your family with time. So I think scheduling your day is an important thing, and learning that make sure your clients know what their boundaries are. That hey, I'm not available at this time a day, and just the idea that hey, if I'm with you, you wouldn't expect me to get on my phone and talk to other people. You have my sole attention. Same thing when I'm with my family or with somebody else. You need to let them know that up front. And most people, they actually want that for you. They don't want, I found, they want you to have those, set those standards so that they know. But they also to know that, hey, I'm going to get right back with you at this time of day, or, when I'm done with my next client, they know that, hey, I'm on top of this and I'll get right back to you. So I don't think my clients ever feel like they're being neglected at all. So
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And drawing the line between, spending more time with your family, putting your phone down, still being involved with the clients. It's a hard thing to balance, but it is important and to constantly be changing and adapting to that work-life balance and style that you have. So John, let's talk about your production. I forgot where you're located since I didn't get your address at the start of it.
Well, I'm in Clarkston, Michigan. So it's like the last suburb out of Detroit, like out of Metro Detroit.
Sure. Okay, awesome. So what's your production look like over there? How many houses do you have to sell to cap? And what's that average housing price look like to you?
Well, for me, my average housing price was $240 last year. It was a wide range, did anywhere from like a $30,000 lot to a $600,000 home. But average wise, it comes out to be about $240 for me. There are some agents that are different price points, but that's where I kind of find myself. So to cap, it's usually around 13 sales before I cap. And then, you have your next 20 to go for.
Absolutely. Okay. Awesome, John. And then, beyond that, you have a cultural commitment, right? So you get half the stock back for capping and getting your transactions in, but then you have to step back, take time away from, revenue generating things and give it back to EXP, whether you're a teacher, mentor, you name it. So John, what cultural commitment avenue do you take and why?
Yeah, well, it was an easy one for me to choose. I teach a class on my, I think I called it last year, Maximize Your Sphere. Because two things. One, I was a teacher for 25 years, so I felt it more natural to teach a class. And then two, my whole business has been built up on my sphere, making sure I keep in front of everybody that I know, and social media, mailings, phone calls, being out in the public, being out doing things in public. that's where 95% of my business comes from. So I have a lot to learn about how to market outside of that when it comes to lead generation, getting into that. But that's so anyway, I teach classes, and I think I did it over December and January in the winter time last year. I was teaching one class a week for 6 weeks, and it's just kind of my natural fit.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I would have. I was ready for you to say I teach algebra in EXP world.
Nobody wants to know algebra at EXP, so.
I was like, awesome, John, I'll sign up for that to support you, and I'll probably fail algebra again.
No, you'll be great.
So John, the Icon Award comes with so many benefits: that cap back in stock, easy to catch referrals, an awesome reputation and recommendation, and a big glass shiny trophy, opportunity to go to EXP Con, shareholders. I could keep rambling. But what's your favorite part of the Icon Award, and why do you set that as a goal for yourself every year?
It is a great goal. Financially, one, I mean, just for the stock options back, it's just I knew I was close to it. So it was the next thing to go for as a goal. I mean, if you're just starting out, maybe your goal is to cap and get yourself to 100% commission. Maybe that's your goal at first. And that can be just as rewarding as me having my goal there to hit Icon. There are some people that I know, a few that I followed, hit Icon easily every year. So their goal is different. Their goal is to hit a different plateau. So that's probably the biggest thing besides the financial part. It is nice to say that you're an icon, and you get to go. There's different workplace chats. You can be part of one. You can be a state workplace chat. There's an icon, a mentor chat. So just get involved more with the company, I think, is another great thing about being an icon. Yeah. The little glass trophy, I actually have them up there. They're nice, but to me that doesn't really.
Well, these ones are different from other plaques because they kind of have monetary value behind them.
Let me grab one, huh? Yeah. So
show it off.
Here's one of them.
That's like the new shape, right?
Is this the new one?
I think that's the new one.
I think so. I'll get the other one. So here's the other one.
I like the new one. That new shape looks nice.
Yeah, pretty cool. They are neat, so I'm glad to have. It is neat to have,
and they have monetary value behind them, more than just a plaque. You could throw those away, but the award stays with you, which is pretty cool. Sure. So John, when somebody is new to EXP and maybe they're a rookie, maybe they've been in the game for a while, and they come to you and they're like, "Listen, John, I see that you've been an Icon agent. You've been in the game for a while. How do I Icon my first year? Is that possible for me? What's some advice for them or some major mistakes to avoid?"
Yeah, well, I'd say the first thing you need to do is make sure maybe you have a mentor, or maybe you're coming with a group of people. Find people that are selling more houses than you, that you feel like you align with, at least ethically and just how you do business. And ask and learn, how do you do it? See what you do. I've learned a lot from other agents and pick up on what would work for you. And I would try one thing at a time. I think some people will get 10 different great ideas and never follow up very well on any of them. So I would pick one great one and stick with it, be consistent at it, and then build on to the next great idea. You go, I'm going to have a party for, and this is a good idea, by the way. I haven't done it yet. So like we have a buyer and they close. So some people will have a home party. What do you call it? A welcoming party.
Yeah.
Housewarming party. Thank you.
Yeah.
A housewarming party, which is a great idea. But then you do one for one client and you put it all over social media, and you don't do it for the other ones you have. Your consistency matters. So what I'm saying is, you have a great idea. Think it through first. Make sure hey, whatever I do, I'm going to make sure I keep doing that and following up. That's the number one thing. Even I made mistakes with that, is coming up with a good idea and then not really keeping it consistent. I'm going to do this now. I'm going to do that now. Do one at a time, get consistent at it, then move on to the next. Your business will grow with those ideas.
Right. And that, again, consistency, stick with it, commit to it. You don't want to gain a reputation that you're flaky. That's not what you want to hear in that word of mouth marketing. And John, when EXP was introduced to you, were you ever skeptical of it?
It's funny. I wouldn't say I was skeptical. I was skeptical about maybe some of the, you're thinking, okay, well, if you bring other people in, how bringing other agents on and how you get paid for that, how that's tiered. I wasn't skeptical of it. I just really wasn't thinking, no, maybe if that happens to me or not, I'm not that concerned. I can't say I was skeptical of the company. I knew other people would, because I guess after 10 years, well, at the time it was 8 years, every brokerage seems to have, can possibly talk down about other brokerages. Oh, Remax, they do this. It's horrible. And Coldwell Bankers, that so I found that to be true no matter what company you're with. They're a discount brokerage to other places. I think different brokerages have different things to offer to different people.
Right.
And so that part didn't throw me off, because I knew there was people right away. Oh, they're a pyramid scheme.
Sure.
So I looked into that right away to say, well, they're not a pyramid scheme. We just get to share the wealth with ourselves, not a bunch of middlemen that are working for the company. So that made sense to me right away. Okay, we get this much money, and we're going to pay ourselves back with that instead.
Yeah.
So I like that concept right away. And mathematically it made sense to me too, even though I wasn't even counting on that part.
A numbers guy. We've got a numbers guy here, folks. So John, if somebody were to be watching right now and they are a little skeptical of EXP, they see the greener grass, but the brokers are telling them, oh, don't go over there. It's a pyramid scheme. It's a cult. Anything they can do to keep them, right? Because they're leaving money on the table and it's going straight in the broker's pocket. So of course they don't want you to leave. But John, what would you have to say to them to kind of get them to make that move and join?
The first thing I would say about the whole pyramid scheme, I would say every brokerage I've ever heard of has a way to pay their agents to bring new agents on. Everyone has. Coldwell Banker did. You're getting there's a fee they charge to you. You don't have to pay that fee if you bring agents on. Remax, their brokers will pay you to bring more people on. They all have that system. So we're no different there. We just have a better system in line. There's no pyramid. Nobody's getting caught on the end of the pyramid. So simple as that. I mean, if you don't cap, if you don't hit icon, obviously you're paying up to your cap, but you would everywhere else. And the smaller, I'm not trying to talk down on smaller brokerages that have tiny little fees. Like I know one that's like $5,000 a year period. That's all they ever pay. So John, I'm going to go there. It's only $5,000 a year, where EXP, I'm going to end up paying 16. What I would say was you do get what you pay for with EXP and more compared to a smaller. I don't know of any brokerages that you can pay such small commissions out and get this kind of support, the kind of information, the type of people that I want to learn from. And I'm not going to call it a certain brokerage, but there's a brokerage that I know of that I was going to go there. I'm thinking I would be one of the most experienced people in that brokerage. And at the time I had like 7 years in, and I was selling a certain amount, but like there was nobody selling more than me. There's nobody for me to go talk to that had more experience than me. So like I want to go to a place where there are huge veteran agents who sell a lot more homes than me that I can learn from and call and ask questions. So not to keep going about this, but the funny part is I have a friend at that brokerage. She calls me for help when she needs help, not her broker, not the person assigned, which is totally fine. I'm willing to help. She's a friend.
Yeah.
So she's trying to pay the small, keep as much commission as she can over there, but get help from me as like a broker. So I help her with what I can, but so she is not getting the same. She's not getting the support over there.
No.
So to me, it's totally worth it. And even with more support than I've ever had at any brokerage I've been in, it's still cheaper than most of those brokerages that I've been naming so far. So anyway,
no, John, that was a really good story. And, just kind of, it's a great summary for the culture that EXP has to offer. You want to help everybody, especially within EXP, but check it out. They reach out to other brokers in their area, friends. They're here to help. If you guys have questions about EXP, real estate, whatever, algebra, you need help with your algebra homework, reach out to John.
That is
social
true.
media,
Feel free to reach
metaverse.
out. Anything I can help with, I'm always willing to help.
And that's a great thing about EXP, the community, the culture. It's what defines it, above and beyond other brokerages. And John, are you going to be at EXPCon?
Maybe. I'm still working on that one. I might be able to make it, maybe not. But hey, can I throw another thing out there about EXP?
Yeah, it's your podcast.
That's not mine. What I have noticed is that, we are all part owners in this business. And I found we want to help each other, and that's all good, every brokerage. But I really have found that I talk to another EXP agent, or there's an office that I need to stop into. They are really willing to help, because you think about it, we all want each other to be, for our own our own bottom line. We keep growing and growing. Our stocks are worth more. Our company gets better. I found that all EXP agents are very willing to help each other, whether they're from Oklahoma or wherever. I end up talking to somebody, hey, how can I help you, John, and so forth. And I've noticed that far more here than any other brokerage I've been at.
Absolutely.
So,
That's awesome, John. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Is there anything that you want to wrap up with today, leave the listeners with?
Number one thing is that I think has helped me is make sure you are in the, you are listening to people that are in the place that you want to be in this business. If you want to be as successful as somebody else, make sure you're around those people. You're calling them, you're talking to them, you're getting advice from them. The blueprint's there to be successful. You got to find the right ones for you and the right people to follow. And there are plenty of them with EXP. So find those people, figure out what they're doing, see how it applies to you, and your business will definitely grow.
Absolutely. I wrote that quote down too, John. I love to share that advice, and getting ready to launch our Instagram. So that's going to be a great post to share. And thank you so much for your time today. I think take 2 was even better than the first episode.
Well, it didn't get cut off short, so I guess it has to be better, right? But
the phone didn't die. It's
it did not die today.
John, thanks for giving us a second chance here. It's been a pleasure, and I hope to see you in Vegas.
Definitely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Talk to you soon.
Definitely.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success, and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.